Hey, it's Jeff from the Thoughtful Real Estate Entrepreneur. I was just on the phone with a seller and I had a thought I wanted to share with you guys. When we're talking with sellers, especially at the beginning when we're kind of trying to get to know them, we find ourselves poking and prodding gently, sensing, feeling, taking the pulse to get a sense for how they think, to get a sense for their level of experience, to get a sense for their opinions, their mentality about certain topics, and this and that. And so one of the things that we're always kind of gauging is sort of their sophistication level. And a thought occurred to me just now when I was on the phone with this seller that sophistication level isn't really one thing. It's like a bunch of different types of sophistication levels. And just because a seller demonstrates that they have one type of sophistication doesn't necessarily make it safe to assume that they've got a bunch of other types of sophistication as well. For instance, let's say you talk to the seller and the seller says that she is a licensed real estate agent. So you might assume, okay, well, that means she knows a lot about value, she knows this and that. She knows a lot about financing, all sorts of things like that. Well, those wouldn't necessarily be safe assumptions. It might be a safer assumption to think that she probably has her finger on the pulse of the market a little bit more, but it doesn't mean that she's sophisticated in terms of finance. Doesn't mean that she's sophisticated in terms of, say, tax and tax ramifications and deal structuring or development potential in a property or building and things like that. This seller I was talking to, the first thing he mentioned to me was that he was a builder himself and that he had developed some properties around town. And so, okay, I know he's sophisticated as a builder and as a developer. So he probably understands how many units could be put on a piece of dirt, for instance. But again, that doesn't mean he's sophisticated with the tax side of his planned sale. Doesn't mean that he's sophisticated with the different avenues that he or I could structure a proposal for financing. And he's not up on all those things necessarily. So I had to kind of keep poking and prodding and just asking questions a little bit and, just kind of continuing to sense a little bit to get a better idea of his level of sophistication on all fronts. So that's my point for you today in this short clip, is just simply the idea that a seller's sophistication is a multifaceted topic. And as you ascertain how sophisticated they are in certain areas, resist the temptation to assume that one type of sophistication means another type of sophistication as well, because there's a lot of different aspects of real estate. Someone could be very experienced in one and not really fully understand the other. Now, you as a thoughtful real estate entrepreneur are making yourself very well-rounded. So you're going to have a good understanding of a lot of these different aspects, but it's always good to know your audience and their sophistication level in all the different ways.